Step. I think that was like, okay, yeah, here we go.
Green working on Christie. Goes to step back. The lights here at Mortgage Matchup Center.
And he's feeling the love right now. Into the backcourt, looking into the crowd. Leading all scores. His 6'3" on 11.
At what point in the game where you're like, I'm back now?
Into Jalen Green for 3, and he hit another one in the left corner.
Jalen Green says, are you not entertained? Matchup Center was roaring Thursday night with a tsunami of offense and defensive intensity in the second half to take down LA. Tonight, the same teams, different venue, with the Intuit Dome providing the setting for a little Saturday night sizzle. Suns and Clippers here on Arizona's Family Sports. Well, a happy Saturday night to you, gang. Glad you could join us. I got the Hall of Famer Ann Myers Drysdale. I'm Kevin Ray. We'll check in with Amanda Pflugrad here shortly. What kind of fitting we're here in L.A., Annie, because you heard the old saying, Hollywood ending. Well, Jalen Green delivered a Hollywood beginning to his son's career. Just absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, his first game back, missing those first 8, but it's just been seamless. And certainly we saw in training camp, he was so good mixing himself in. And it's like he hasn't missed a beat. But he came out with such great energy, like he hadn't not played. And the fact that he was attacking the basket, knocking down three-point shots, getting to the free throw line, coming up with the assist and a couple of steals. I mean, he loves the Phoenix crowd too, and he wants to perform.
Yeah, displayed all the athleticism, the explosiveness, showed no side effects of that hamstring injury. Curious to see how he operates here tonight, his first game on the road. Meanwhile, we go back a few months, and Brian Gregory, shortly after he was named general manager before the season started, said, you just watch. Grayson Allen is going to have an amazing season. And boy, has he turned out to be prophetic.
Hey, I'm a big fan. I always have, even when he was at Duke, and he's been in the NBA 8 years, and now his 3rd year with Phoenix. And the big thing, too, as Brian talked about, is that he is in shape. He was big last year. He was strong. He's as strong this year, but it's about attacking. He's dribbling, getting to the basket, also distributing the ball, and it's just a different role for him than it was the last 2 years.
If that was the flu game, I can't wait to see what he's like healthy here tonight, feeling a little bit better than what he did on a Thursday night there in downtown Phoenix to help navigate the Suns to a victory. Well, for Phoenix, the others have played their roles brilliantly, with Rolls-Royce fulfilling that 3 and D category, and Ryan, bad intentions done, hunting potential poster victims. Suns and Clippers turning up your Saturday night next here on Arizona's Family Sports.
Suns win tonight in Inglewood. They'd have a 500 record, TC.
I like it.
Get their first road win. This guy was so good in his first game for the Phoenix Suns.
So what do you think?
What do I think?
What do you think?
About?
What you just said.
About getting those?
Getting
Oh,
500
and a road win?
Yeah.
I like it, yeah. Especially with Jalen Green. He wasn't available for the first meeting between these teams in L.A.
I think it's going to be fun. I mean, as well as Royce has played, well as Grayson has played, now having those guys back too, the full complement of players, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's, the bench is a bit more fortified now. Hornito Spotlight, Jalen Green, feeling the love in Phoenix.
Amazing fans here. So it's just the energy in the arena from all my teammates, and it's just overall just a great experience, great vibe. It's amazing. Even when I wasn't part of this team, I always thought the fans were lit here. Everyone pulling up every game and, cheering the team on and just being so active. That's very, very lit, and I love it.
And Suns fans love him after that debut. That was fantastic.
Oh, it was fantastic. And the fans have been good. What, it was like 180 games in a row or something?
Oh, look at CP3. Look at the Hall of Famer, 2 Hall of Famers.
Achieve legendary status. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos.
On a beautiful 63-degree Southern California night, we welcome you inside the Intuit Dome and count you down to the Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Let's take a look at our Hero Bread starting lineups. First off, for the Clippers, they'll have a little more firepower tonight because James Harden is back, being joined by the former Sun Bradley Beal, Chris Dunn, Derek Jones Jr., and Ivica Zubac. For the Suns, it'll be the 4-time All-Star Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Grayson Allen, Dillon Brooks, and Mark Williams. That starting 5 we've been waiting to see. With more on Jalen Green, let's swing it down to Amanda.
Well, Jalen Green is coming off a 29-point performance in his debut, and I was able to catch off that. He said it's all about making the right plays for his teammates, scoring, and bringing the energy for the group. As he said with James Harden, too, back for the Clippers, he spoke about what changes defensively for the Suns, saying that we have to contain him as much as we can, but we have DB out there who's going to be able to mess things up a little bit, get in his head, too. And he said, other than that, it's about staying solid and getting stops.
Yeah, certainly a completely different team when James Harden is on the floor, Annie. We've seen it, witnessed it, whether he's in a Clippers uniform, a Rockets uniform, does not matter. He just has a way of finding his way into the paint and putting you on your heels defensively.
Yeah, 16 years in this league, 11-time All-Star. He's 3 years had 30 points where he averaged, and 10 times, getting assists, leading this league. And so, he's so dangerous as an offensive player and beats you, as you said, so many ways, getting in the lane and shooting the three.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
Well, communicate on defense, and you just got to talk, whether it's inside and the Clippers are penetrating. You've got to be able to rotate, and you've got to defend it and get out on the three. And then also focus on all of 48 minutes. Don't just play 40 minutes or 46 minutes. You've got to play all those 48 minutes down the end. And it's almost like it's an Emirates Cup challenge, because you want to keep those points going.
Mark Williams listed as questionable for the game tonight, dealing with an illness similar to what we saw from Grayson Allen, but he is suited up, ready to go. And of course, Dillon Brooks, who'd missed the previous 6 games, also in uniform, and he is itching to get back out there, especially the way he has seen his team perform in the last week.
Well, watching him shooting around before the game, and I mean, he was so focused, and he was making a lot of shots. He's ready to play.
So please save some for game action here tonight. A Clippers team, much like the Suns, very different here on their home floor. As the Suns got hit by a blitzkrieg by the Clippers in that first matchup here at the Intuit Dome. That was their home opener. We just know how much energy and adrenaline is building when it's a home opener. We'll see the Suns can settle in with their starting 5. There you see their standings thus far. Points per game pretty significant. And as we noted, with the addition of James Harden, they are a completely different offensive team for sure.
Well, you talked about his 30 points. 26 of them were in the first half in that first game.
Yeah, it was a second quarter run by Harden, really, where he took over. Of course, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard is sidelined again here tonight, dealing with right ankle sprain. Try to jump it up again. Williams controls, and away we go here from Inglewood. Brooks handing the rock with James Harden defending. Chris Dunn checking Jalen Green defensively. Derek Jones Jr. getting the defensive assignment on Booker. Allen finds an opening, lines it up, splashes it home. Great way to start for that guy who's just been on an absolute heater.
Yeah, Royce O'Neal and Ryan Dunn have been starting, and Jordan Otten said, we're going to start Grayson Allen along with Brooks, Booker, and Green, and you've got 4 guys out there not only can shoot the 3, but can set up the offense.
Zubac wheels inside. Williams stretches those long arms out there. Yeah. Green coming off of the Williams screen. He sees an opening at a high arching 3. Of course, Jones Jr., the best leaping ability in the league, may have gotten a piece of that. Beal explodes to the basket, missing a run to the rim. And the struggles continue for Bradley Beal, who was 2 of 14 in his minutes the other night. Brooks backing down on Beal using his size. He'll get into the paint. He'll get the whistle and a foul. Free throws coming here for Dillon Brooks.
And Brooks gives you that ability to be able to post up. He's so strong and physical. He comes right at you.
Yeah, 6'6", 225. As he goes to the line, we'll look at the health update brought to you by Banner Health, official healthcare partner of the Phoenix Suns. Great to see no Suns players on there. Kawhi street clothes tonight. And this is the guy, Annie. Unfortunately, that has been a big part of his career. He has missed 273 games out of a possible 421 possible games played. That does not include playoffs that he has missed.
And certainly won a championship in Toronto, but it's nice to have a player like that on the floor and giving your team some continuity.
Brooks stepping out on Harden, 3 on the shot clock on the nice closeout. And that's where Harden really hurt the Suns. A season high thus far, 30 points for Harden in that one. Is we'll get a whistle and a foul away from the action.
Well, Brooks did a nice job contesting the ball. They're going to call a double foul or a foul on Brooks. Brooks was down there trying to get position, and Harden just kind of shoving him around. And I think as he posted up, he might have posted up. Look at that going back and forth. So that's a tough call.
It's kind of Dunn brings it up the floor. Handoff now to Harden. Harden swings a pass. Right wing 3 coming from Beal. Won't get it. Rebound Brooks. That was the thing that Jordan Ott talked about. It's like we need to get out and run. Brooks on the drive gets into Dunn, and more free throw attempts coming in here for Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, he does such a great job. Just creating the foul, coming right at you, and defensively, the Clippers not getting back. And I think the big thing, too, is going to be the boards, and certainly for Phoenix to keep this Clipper team off the offensive glass. And Zubac, who did such a great job of getting that double-double, and hits the glass for this Clippers team and keep him off the boards. That's a big plus for the Suns.
Phoenix with 15 offensive rebounds in that game the other night. As you see, Suns coach Jordan Ott, his club, looking for their first road win of the season, and a win that would pull them to 500 through 10 games. As Brooks able to get the pair, and a good start here for the Suns.
He talked about it before the game, too. He said, we've got to be super aggressive. We're going to want to play fast and force LA into some bad shots.
Harden able to get Green on the hip, and just navigates his way into the paint. That's the pressure that he puts on you.
Yeah, and being able to go to that left hand, too. You want to force him right, even though he's pretty good right-handed. But, you know, being a lefty, and when he can use that left and gets in the paint, you know, and he's one of the best at getting himself to the free throw line.
Clippers' last win without James Harden, and he came April 9th, 2024. They had lost 6 straight without him. And certainly both he and Kawhi is a whole different animal. The Clippers last season were 24-21 without Leonard. They've grown so accustomed to playing without him. At times it's not as significant a drop-off as it is with James Harden.
In the 4 games with Phoenix, the Suns winning.
Our 93% shooter from the free throw line, and the Suns turn it over, but Dunn trying to dribble out of traffic. And again, you're going to see Ty Lue, one of the great defensive tacticians, with Jeff Van Gundy on his staff as well, dating back to last season, Andy. You know they're going to be throwing some different stuff, junk, things defensively at Phoenix here tonight.
Well, and certainly it's a veteran team, and 8 players are over 30 years old, and Chris Dunn at 31, such a good defensive player, but a lot of these guys have started on other teams, so you've got starters coming off the bench.
4 on the shot clock. Green trying to find some space to operate, just has to jump it up over 2 defenders. Doesn't matter.
Just smooth.
No panic in the young fella. 23 years of age, Jalen Green burst onto the Phoenix scene in a way that not seen since Charles Barkley in his son's debut. As Harden throwing his shoulder into Grayson Allen, and I would ask what's the difference between that and what occurred between Brooks and James Harden.
Well, I'm curious to see as this game goes along how chippy it's going to get because of plays like that and players understanding. It's a total push-off, but again, this league has allowed that throughout the years. And then Harden just standing in the way of Dillon Brooks as Dillon Brooks just bumps into him.
Allen sees an opening, goes on the attack. Beautiful little teardrop. But then Allen comes down on somebody's foot. Looks like Zubac maybe, and he is hobbling, trying to make his way back. As Beal on the drive, able to get the left-hand finish.
Well, and I did notice in pregame that Grayson Allen did not have his ankle braces on.
Book able to get the pull-up mid-range.
Which we've seen throughout his career, and from this way up, we can't tell if he's got them on.
Harden with the ball fake. Brooks trying to stay attached. Swings a pass out to Dunn. Puts it into the corner to Jones Jr. Won't get it. Booker with a rebound. And Beal, quick hands in there.
Again, the ability to get inside, and Jordan Ott says, look, I want you to go and attack the rim, and you can see that he steps on Zubac's foot right there and tweaks that ankle. But you know, his ability to get to the basket, he's so strong too.
Brooks, nice ball fake, gets into Jones Jr. Slips a pass inside to Williams. Williams, little step through move, left that one short though. Zubac so difficult to move at 260 plus pounds. Zubac with the screen, gives the shooting pocket to Harden, who pays it off.
Yeah, we talked about Harden not letting him get hot and trying to find a hand in his face.
Booker navigating baseline, draws a double team out to Brooks. Brooks working on Harden, trying to slip a pass inside Williams, who punches it down.
Great penetration too by Brooks, and the hesitation by Williams to let the defense fly by.
Good start here for Phoenix, out front 16-10. Zubac had the double-double the other night. They needed his scoring. Playing shorthanded, no Harden, no Leonard. Comes in with the running right-hand hook.
Yeah, he's so good, not only with the hook, but the little jump hook with either hand. And Grayson Allen might have to try and do a little bit more hedging.
Green gets the left hand, that pass behind Williams. Allen there to recover. Lines up to three. Green inside, kept it alive. Williams on the offensive putback, and a foul. So even though Jalen Green didn't get it, his athleticism on the redirect sets up the foul.
The penetration, the dish, and the dunk by Williams.
Intent to start the third quarter, change the game. 40-23 in the third quarter. Last piece. Welcome to the Valley. Just stay with the process, y'all. Keep stacking. We're in a good place. Tomorrow we're going to be in a better place. In 2 days we're going to be in a better place. That's how we're going to beat all these teams. All right, stay with it. Come on.
As a Make You Smile moment brought to you by Studio B Smiles. And you see the numbers comparison, Andy, and it really was that third quarter. The Suns went on a massive 34-8 run after trailing much of the first half. They just absolutely flipped the switch on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and Jordan Ott, he's talked about, you know, we just got to go out and compete. You know, it's exciting to see what this team can do, especially with everybody healthy.
Suns already 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Opponents last season shot 73% against the wall. That is the direction the Suns are going in, with the Suns, or the Clippers fans, are standing and fully engaged throughout the game. We got so many sensors in there determining when fans are up, when they're sitting.
Running those stairs will get you in shape.
Harden flips it to Jones Jr. in the corner. He'll take the sidestep three, and missing everything. Booker grabs the air ball, coming back the other direction. Brook Lopez checking in during that last time out. Booker head down, cut off there by Jones Jr. Gets it back now from Brooks. Booker to the left hand, just muscles it up. Can't quite get it, but Good interior help there in the lane for the tip in. Coming back the other way. Cam Christie, who got extended playing time in that second half, primarily in the fourth quarter, and he was a big impact in why they made a little later on. 17 points in just 25 minutes. Allen sees an opening. Lopez there waiting, gets the block. Harden finds Christie. So Christie coming off the bench before the former Sun, Chris Paul, who's got a career low 13 minutes per game. Just played a handful of minutes on Thursday night as well. We're on the shot clock. Christie, quick catch and shoot. Royce O'Neal coming off the Suns bench as well.
You can see the difference right away in this game. I mean, the defensive pressure by the Suns forcing the Clippers miss quite a few shots.
Booker sizing up Harden, able to get past him, flips it off now to Williams, who drops it up and in. All that dribble penetration, 8 quick points for Mark Williams in his 7 minutes.
Yeah, I like the 5 assists already by the Suns.
Lopez way outside. Of course, you got to honor his 3-point shooting. Now he gets position down low. Jones Jr. with 4 in the shot clock. Sees an opening, drives inside, gets the contact and the bucket.
I think that was the biggest thing too in that first meeting, that the Clippers were able to get 41 points off the bench. Didn't look like there was much contact there, but
very little contact. Grayson Allen, Dillon Brooks, Mark Williams will all take a seat as Conor Gillespie checks in. He'll join Ryan Dunn, Oso Ighodaro, Devin Booker, and Royce O'Neal, the 5 on the floor for Phoenix.
Derek Jones Jr. out of UNLV went undrafted in 2016, but played that first year in this league with Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, young man who just has continued to work and ascend, undrafted. Booker draws a double team, skips a pass now to O'Neal. Wide open look on the way. The rainbow connection from Rolls-Royce.
And the Suns have just been really shooting the ball so well. Maybe that Golden State game was not one of their better ones, but they've been getting open looks. And this offense that Jordan Ott has, that's the biggest thing, is the looks that they've got.
As Suns with 4 players with 20-plus made threes. The only team in the association with that as Lopez hits the little step-back jumper. Deep 3 on the way from O'Neal. Lopez on the closeout. And no foul call. Christie with a rebound, up the floor now to Collins. Lopez trying to box out. Got a hand into the face of O'Neal. Lopez will take it high off the glass.
Yeah, one of the few players in this league that does such a good job using the glass, and with his height and size, just doesn't even have to jump to get the shot off.
Played 17 minutes in the game Thursday. Loose ball foul called down inside. And that will bring us to a timeout with 2:55 to go here in the first. Suns leading the Clippers 25-21.
I mean, the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker getting in the lane, and you see the ball movement, you see the player movement, and he sees both sides of the floor. He goes to the left to Ryan Dunn, and players are still moving. They're not stopping. They're giving opportunities to Ryan Dunn, seeing the open look by Royce O'Neal. And again, we talked about this offense, K-Ray, is the open looks that they're getting because of the spacing.
Yeah, the spacing, the ball movement, the player movement. You see Booker, that gravitational pull that he has when he's on the floor. And he 4 points, 2 of 4. He's got 3 assists, and coming through, and you see the 3-point field goal leaders made. Royce Grayson near the top, but Book with 63 assists through 9 games. That's second best in his career. 80 is the number he had back at 23-24. But these guys have completely bought into this offensive system, and everybody flourishing as a result. Harden on the drive with the left-hand finish.
Well, as you said, Devin Booker's getting doubled and triple teamed this year. And now you've got Jalen Green that comes on board, and he can get double teamed. But with those double, triple teams, it opens other players up. Nice cut.
Beautiful cut, beautiful dive from Oso, and Dunn gets the finish. And Dunn probably would have been better served just to let the ball go out of bounds. It would have been Phoenix ball. See Jordan not a little perplexed by the explanation from the far side official.
Yeah, I would have thought if it bounced on the line and then he got it, it still would have been to Phoenix.
Nicholas Batum, the veteran, and his 18th season check into the game. Harden sidestep one of the three, but a nice closeout. They got on that shooting hand. Lopez backing down. And Booker just a step late and coming over on the double, and Lopez has made an impact here early, 6 points.
Yeah, and Lopez can play bully ball because of his size. He can face up where Zubac is basically an inside guy.
Booker sees an opening, knifing right past Lopez, gets to the cup, past Harden.
Oh, he had a great spin on that.
There is John Collins, still trying to get himself comfortable in this offensive scheme. Collins just splitting 3 defenders.
Yeah, he was able to rise up against the black jerseys.
Booker waits, kicks it past to Gillespie. Batum steps out on him. Book on the drive, gets it up, gets it in, gets the foul. Dropping business cards through the paint.
You know, when they played Golden State, so much was talked about, you know, when he was on the Olympic team with Steph Curry, and certainly a facilitator, sacrificing his game. But, you know, the confidence he has in his ability to take any player defensively one-on-one is so strong.
Well, and you can just see over the last 3 years, Andy, because he's had the ball in his hands so much, that handle is much tighter. And again, I think just the confidence in this offense, the trust in his teammates. Had some turnovers in those first couple of games, but they have come down each and every game.
But and like any new system that you're playing, you're going to have turnovers, and that's one of the things that this team would like to limit that a little bit more, and Harden with the drive and no one blocking out. But
Suns will need to talk better on that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to take care of the basketball, but they've got to get defensive rebounds. They cannot afford to let the Clippers get second and third opportunities.
Green sees a wide open lane, kicks it to Dunn from the corner. Won't get it. Back tap O'Neal into the hands of Booker. Booker dribbling past the screen, swings it across to O'Neal. On the way, dagger from deep.
Jalen Green standing in the corner. I don't know if, remember, he missed the 8 games because of a hamstring, and he's holding that.
That's exactly what he appears to be holding. My goodness.
You know, here's a guy that last 3 years played all 82 games.
Wow.
And a hamstring is, you just never know how long it's going to take.
See if we can pick up where it.
He's off that drive, and you can see it just pulls up.
Yeah, and again, you look at that, it looks just like you know, didn't explode to the basket. It was just a hard cut, and that's what is so challenging about hamstrings, Danny.
Yeah, they take a long time to heal, and you know, everybody is different, that's for sure. But
clock winding down, Harden able to get it out of his hands, but right now, the Suns leading after 1, but all thoughts and concerns with JG4 heading into the locker room. We head to the second here in Inglewood. Suns in front 35-29. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on Arizona's Family Sports. Ice Center. Both teams shooting the rock very well in that opening frame. 62% for the Clippers, 59% for Phoenix. Numbers pretty even across the board. Suns 3 of 8 from downtown. Clippers 1 of 7. LA struggled with the 3 ball, and this was the final minute of the first quarter. Green driving to his right, and you could see just released the ball, kicking it into the corner, and immediately came up hobbling and immediately reached back that injured hamstring.
No, as you said, he didn't even explode. I
No.
mean, it was just a drive around the top there, and Harden let him go. And, just that's tough.
And I think it's just, it is another example, Andy. Fans get so frustrated with guys with certain injuries. You said it, as Collins knifes his way right down the lane. But hamstrings are so different for every single player. As Beal got the steal but couldn't keep himself in bounds.
Well, right now you said that the Clippers are 1 of 7 from threes, and they're shooting 62% from the floor. Why? They're getting in the lane.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something that's going to have to be shored up. And you knew with James Harden coming back that there was going to be more dribble penetration. That is just the nature of his game. But better communication, a little more physicality from the Suns as Gillespie gets the veteran Batum on his hip. O'Neal with a bounce pass inside to Dunn. Dunn raising up as Chris Dunn went chasing past him, misfires inside. Nick Richards starting this second quarter along with Grayson Allen, Ryan Dunn, O'Neal. Drive inside, a block from behind, but a blocking foul underneath as Bradley Beal on the dribble penetration will get himself to the free throw line.
Now, we talked about one of the keys in this game was communicate on defense, and right now the defense, whether they're talking or not, has not been very solid for the Suns.
And you've got the Clippers shooting 63% from the field, Suns at 56%. Beal struggling in his 20 minutes the other night, just 5 points. 1 of 5 from downtown as we get a message from our friends at Kia. Brad had commented to reporters after the game that in his time in Phoenix said that he was never really allowed to be the man, just kind of taking away what makes him Bradley Beal, and had offered up, when was the last time that he had shot 14 attempts in a Suns uniform? And the reality is, quite a few times, had 14 shot attempts in the game the other night and made just 2.
And that's the hard part about this game, is that you're successful under a coach and a system, and the players you're playing with. In Washington, who's averaging over 31 points a game, he was the guy. And then he comes somewhere else and he's injured, and he's playing for different coaches that play him a different way.
Had 58 games in a Suns uniform. Dunn dribbling past the veteran Collins, snaking along the baseline. Loops a pass to the cutting Grayson Allen. Gets inside, left it short over Zubac. Batum stumbling across the lane. And
yeah, too many fouls right now for the Suns. They've slowed up the game. As a matter of fact, with the defensive rebounding that the Clippers have had, they've pushed it. And one of the things that Jordan Ott would like to see his team run the ball, which they did in the very beginning of this game.
Yeah, getting out, getting some transition opportunities.
Well, and we talked about their defense. They're number 5 in turning their opponents over. And that hasn't happened in this first half so far.
Yeah, 3-0 when they force opponents' turnovers and score 25 plus off of it. As Zubac shows his passing skills to the slashing Dunn. And that will prompt a Jordan Ott timeout. Not at 35 apiece.
I always listen to certain songs in the morning. I always listen to Don't Worry. You know that song? Be Happy. I listen to that song every morning. Whenever I'm down, I just be like, don't worry about anything. And that guy, he has a line where he says, in this life you have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. So don't worry, just be happy.
That was your Mountain America Credit Union feature, the exclusive home of the Suns card. I absolutely love that. And I spoke to Kaman today at Shoot Around about the significance of the song, and he said he just loves it. He heard it from the movie Hotel Transylvania, and the song really is a reminder, he said, that we shouldn't worry and just be happy. Waking up every day is a blessing. You get a chance to live another day and be healthy. So he said he even sings that song to his teammates when they're sad at times. So Annie and K-Ray, I mean, I'm going to keep this recording as a reminder because Kaman has the best outlook on life, and maybe he can sing it to the broadcast team too at times.
Yeah, well, and kind of perfect timing right now in light of the Jalen Green heading to the locker room. We'll try to keep you posted, but what an absolute joy to be around. And I'm going to tell you, Suns fans are going to be calling and requesting, come on, just, can you come to my house and just hang out with my family for an hour or so?
Come sing a little.
It's just pure joy. Jordan Goodwin checking in, lines it up and drills it from deep. Suns needed that coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, they need maybe on one of those long road trips, a little karaoke going.
Here he's done, working on Goodwin, gets across the lane, out to John Collins. Collins backing down, spins, tough contest, good defense that time by Royce O'Neal. Gillespie takes a peek inside, he'll line up the 3-ball and dials it up.
Yeah, they've kind of been waiting for him the last couple of games. He struggled a little bit, and not just with his shot, but just setting everybody else up, because when he's that point guard, he can penetrate, but he's able to knock that 3 down.
Yeah, the first 8 games, posted franchise history, 22 made threes, just 1 point. All 5 of his shots the other night is done on the drive. Won't get the roll, fortunately, but will pick up the foul. And again, the Clippers have had some success since tip-off and getting into the lane. That is 22 points in the paint so far for LA. Suns holding him at arm's length with those 2 quick threes. LA's not led yet in this one.
And Chris Dunn out of Providence with his 16. The LA Clippers played 74 games last year with 58 starts.
Yeah, just one of those guys, Annie, you know, high draft pick, number 5 overall by Minnesota. And in many ways, kind of an example of a young guy probably wasn't quite ready to come to the league. At that time, Minnesota was going through some changes. And it's really been last 3 or 4 years where it feels like he is at his best now in the association. And certainly it starts with his calling card, big defense.
Yeah, and played in the G League. And so he's not afraid to get better. And a lot of times guys don't want to go down there, but you know, when you can have the opportunity to play instead of sitting, you know, it's only going to make your game better.
Gillespie checked by Beal. Gets to that right wing look. Zubac flies in for the rebound. The veteran Collins, part of this deep LA bench.
They got a mismatch down low with Zubac.
Zubac with Jordan Goodwin onto him, but LA's been unable to get him the basketball. Beal back to Batum. Batum lines up the 3, won't get it. Fighting for the rebound. Zubac inside. Suns stand with it. Collins flies between 2 Suns defenders and taps it up and in.
Yeah, and as much as this Suns team is number 8 in offensive rebounding, their defensive rebounding has to pick up.
Richards on the rebound. He's stripped on the putback attempt. O'Neal's got it, and Royce just doggedly staying with it. Knocked it off the foot of Collins. Devin Booker will check back in. Royce will take a seat. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Royce. That's just been, he has just been a stat stuffer all season long in every category.
I mean, you know, he started 22 games last year. So again, a guy that comes off the bench can do it also as a starter.
Well, that's, again, an additional luxury you have with both he and Grayson because they've done both. Catch and shoot 3 coming from Dillon. No. Long rebound, Richards. And then just throws it away into the hands of Bradley Beal. And Beal lost the handle. Allen trying to chase it down. Beal recovers. And the quick hands of Brooks comes away with it. And Brooks dropped it off the Richards, and Nick says, that is a hand grenade, my friend. Get it out. Get it away from me. Booker on the drive, gets into Collins. He's looking for a whistle, won't get it. Back comes LA off the miss. And Collins just lobs it up.
Well, unfortunately, when Devin Booker was asking for the foul, it seemed like it slowed everybody else up for the Suns not getting back. Transition defense.
Deep three on the way from Booker, no good. Collins flies in for the miss. 2-point game here, Phoenix in front. Allen steps in, gets the steal. And then Collins steps across, gets it, and an and one.
Well, there's no question Devin Booker is not happy with the no call down on the other end. And you know, the one thing that we've seen with the Suns early in the season is their fouling is when players are going to the basket, and it really becomes, you know, opportunity for a three-point play instead of the fouls happening on the outside and taking the ball out of bounds.
And you see Book still talking with crew chief Pat Frayer. Andy Nagy, JT Orr, our crew tonight. It certainly looked as though there was contact worthy of a whistle. Doesn't matter now as Collins at the line looking to complete the three-point play. Bench points pretty even, 16-14. Slight advantage for LA. Collins looking for his 7th point, first free throw of the night.
But some points in the paint, 28-16 for the Clippers.
First lead of the night for LA, 42-41.
And with the Clippers making shots too, K-Ray, it's not allowing the Suns to get into fast break situations. They're having to take the ball out of the basket.
A lot of dribbling way out of the perimeter now. Brooks will take the tough contested three right in the grill of the Beard. Brooks lets him know about it. They've been chirping at one another since tip-off. Barton back on the floor. Trying to get baseline. Now Williams comes out to meet him. Suns with a soft double. Dunn bounces the pass across now to Jones Jr. Can't get the three. Booker there with the rebound. Skip pass corner. Goodwin. 3-ball corner pocket.
So the Clippers miss a three. The Suns get a defensive rebound. They push it. Good spacing. Wide open three.
Jordan Goodwin with that infectious energy off the Phoenix bench.
Brooks on Harden. Over the top. Nailing it.
In front of LA with 5:19 to go here in the first half from inside the Intuit Dome. Suns return home to Mortgage Matchup Center on Monday, November 10th at 7 o'clock to take on the New Orleans Pelicans for Hoops for Troops night, powered by Sun Auto Network. All fans at the lower level will receive a camouflage rally towel. Be sure and join us as we honor all active and retired military members throughout the valley. Secure your seats today at suns.com/ticks. See Dylan Brooks back after a 6-game absence with the groin injury. The Suns had their projected starting 5 on the floor, Annie, for 11 minutes and 30 seconds. If you're tuning in late, Jalen Green has gone into the locker room. No official word on the injury, but he reached back for that hamstring. As he stopped and pulled up, we'll get you updated as soon as we get any details. As Zubac with the front hook stopped the 6-0 Phoenix run. That back tap into the hands of Collins. Here is Harden now, 8 points. Deep three on the way. Goodwin has it tap from behind, but last touch by Jordan Goodwin. Ryan Dunn makes his way to the scorer's table.
Yeah, only 6 minutes and 48 seconds for Jalen Green. And yeah, you could tell that it was not good.
Good run for Jordan Goodwin as he will head to the bench. 5 minutes, 6 points. Zubac banging away down low. A reach-in foul called on Mark Williams. Zubac, 28 years of age, tremendous season last year, led the NBA in rebounding, named to all defensive team for the first time. Finished 6th in Defensive Player of the Year voting.
Well, you can see in this first half, and especially in this second quarter for the Clippers, they are the aggressors. They've been getting to the foul line. 5 fouls with 4:34 to go in this quarter, and no fouls committed by the Clippers.
Some might say that's home cooking. Just putting that out there as Booker head down, driving into Christie, hits the brakes. Can't get that one. Zubac flies across for the rebound. Williams. Not sure, did Williams get a piece of that? They say he did.
Well, right now, too, Devin Booker not getting his shot to fall. He's getting in the lane and coming up with some nice shots. But it's one and done right now for the Suns.
Here is Harden. Sidelined last game with personal reasons. Was listed as questionable for the game today due to illness. Zubac splits the double. They swing it around. Harden sets up the fly by on Dunn. Can't get it. Loose ball rebound. Gillespie. Quick pass up the floor. Dunn. Booker. Oh, sidestep as he put the Euro on the Frenchman.
It's a nice 2-on-1 break. And they hustle back and get back on the defensive end.
Suns back by 4. Booker in double figures with 11. Here is Cam Christie. Gillespie trying to jam him up defensively and a little too aggressive. Will pick up the personal foul. Some more free throws coming here with 3:37 to go in the first half.
Gillespie came up with a nice steal, got it out there to Ryan Dunn, and Dunn making the smart pass to Booker, and he had 2 options, either to lay it in, like you said, with the Euro step or with the lob.
Christie is second year. Of course, younger brother Max playing with the Lakers. Had a great summer league. 18 points per game. 25 games for the G League San Diego last year. His numbers so far this season, but that was the question posed to Ty Lue with such a veteran roster. They are the oldest roster in the NBA. How do you try to carve out time for young players like Cam Christie? Saw Kobe Brown also get some minutes, and at least for tonight, the minutes that normally Chris Paul would be getting are going to Cam Christie.
Well, he had those 17 points against the Suns in that last game, but a lot of it was at the very end, and the Suns had a big lead.
Booker takes a handoff, flies by Harden, sets up Gillespie, who stings him with a corner 3.
And again, the spacing when the Phoenix Suns can penetrate in the lane and they can kick it out, they're going to find somebody open.
11 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for Devin Booker. Catch and shoot 3 coming from Jones Jr. and somebody opened the back door. That one flew over the rim and past the backboard. LA's missed 9 straight from downtown. Booker turns the corner pass. Harden slides inside. What a beautiful finish. Went on the attack.
Just his ability, his athletic ability to turn the corner, as you said. A 36-year-old Harden could not keep up with him. He turns the corner and gets to the bucket.
Harden with the handoff now for Jones Jr. Brooks trying to cut off that lane. Harden is trying to get back to that left hand, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Zubac. Let's swing it down to Amanda.
Yeah, unfortunately, just got the news Jalen Green suffered a right hamstring injury, and he will not be returning to the game tonight.
Just.
Well, and the trainers will work on it, you know, for the next weeks.
Yeah, I mean, look, considering that injury, and look, hamstrings, groins, they are two that you can't, they don't show up, you know, when you're taking a scan. So you don't really know. Chris O'Neal lines up the 3 ball. Zubac had it. Gillespie able to dig it out of his hands. But you just don't know until the player gets out there and tests it.
But you can't rush it.
Shaking on Christie. Won't get that turnaround jumper.
Those are 2 injuries you just can't rush. And even when it feels good, he's just like, no. You got to take another 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and look, it felt like the Suns were extremely intentional you know, because of that.
Absolutely.
You know, we thought that he was going to come back 10 days ago. Wasn't the case as Booker grabs that loose ball rebound. Grabbed by Zubac, no whistle. Royce stops, hits the bricks. Can't get to 3. That one tapped out. Booker controls. Out to Gillespie. Sets, fires, splashdown.
Yeah, just a lot of energy, a lot of movement with the Suns right now in these last couple possessions.
And all of a sudden, the Suns have pushed their lead to double figures at 57-46. Phoenix 9 of 20 from downtown. LA 1 of 13. A 10-1 Phoenix run.
And Harden with 8 points in this first half.
Zubac, Suns show the double.
Oh, nice. Done. Talk about his deflections. Comes up with that steal.
Gillespie working on Jones Jr. He'll take another look at the 3 ball. Same result. Stinging from deep. Number 12 as we swing it down to Amanda with another update.
Yeah, on the other side, Bradley Beal is experiencing left hip soreness, and right now he is questionable to return to the game tonight.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Beal playing 14 minutes, 1 of 5 as the Clippers turn it over again. Boy, a real opportunity here for the Suns to stack even more.
Yeah, making the move offensively because of their defense.
Booker working on Harden. Swings it across to Gillespie. Deep. That one off Century Boulevard. Up the floor now to Christie. Batum. Back and forth they go. Got a 5.5-second differential between shot and game clock. Dillon trying to jam up Harden. The Suns bring the double team. Harden finally able to get rid of it. 2 on the shot clock. Batum, quick catch and shoot in the corner. No good. Final seconds. O'Neal on the push. Lets it fly from half court. Where it goes. And Rolls-Royce drawing some paint on the front of the iron. But a flurry by the Suns over the last 3 minutes. As they close on a 19-4 push and lead it at the break. 60-46. Stay tuned now for the Gila River Resorts. Our producer, Ryan Bafalukas, Eddie Dean, the replay machine. We got the graphics queen, Brianna Jonellis, and a 19-4 burst to close the half. Really went a long way in putting the stamp on this one thus far in that first half, Annie.
Yeah, Devin Booker in double figures along with Ryan Gillespie, or I should say Colin Gillespie. But Grayson Allen's played well. Everybody's played really well, solid. You saw a run by the Clippers where they took the lead, but they don't have any player in double figure, and they've held James Harden no points in that second quarter. He had 8 in the first quarter, no rebounds, and only 2 assists.
Yeah, 9 more shot attempts for the Suns, even though Clippers are shooting 50%. Let's swing it down to Amanda before the third quarter started with the BMW Coach Chat.
Coach, looking at that first half, 26 points from the bench, but Colin Gillespie out there, how much of a lift has he been able to provide that second unit?
Yeah, he had that flurry there. He really got us going. But our team as a whole, our activity and energy has been amazing. So if we can sustain that and put another 24 minutes together with that type of effort, we should be in great shape.
Jesse, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Amanda. And that is, I mean, that's been the calling card all season long, bringing the energy, the intensity. Gillespie with 12 points, 4 of 6 from downtown.
And they did, and really the Clippers kind of made that run. They were 5 of 9 from the free throw line. No free throws in the second quarter by the Suns, but they held the Clippers, the Suns defense, 0 for 7 from threes. They've only knocked 1 down.
Yeah, 1 of 14. As Beal does make his return. He's listed as questionable, dealing with called a hip soreness, but he starts this third quarter. Zubac opens up the second half scoring. With O'Neal getting the start here. Dillon Brooks, good to see him return as Brooks hits a little pull-up in the face of Harden. Brooks now with 8 points. Yeah, talking about that Suns three-point shooting defense. Last time LA was held to 1 3-point field goal in the first half was the 22-23 season.
Well, also 17 assists to 7, which was big, and it just showed you how the Phoenix Suns were sharing the basketball.
Here is Allen able to turn the corner, get done on his hip.
Oh, nice.
Nice little step through, but came in too hot with that one. Dunn fires across to Harden. The trigger on the three. Got it. He is the only Clippers player to have made a three. His second there. 2 of 6 now. Harden double figures with 11. Pull it back out. Neal bringing it right back to him. Booker working on his former teammate. Beal comes in with a runner. Yes, sir.
No, the Suns doing a nice job just spreading the floor for Booker to be able to go one-on-one.
Booker kind of flirting in the triple-double territory. 15 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Dunn puts it on the deck. Booker does a nice job moving his feet. Forces the miss. Williams with the rebound. Rising up from downtown. Booker won't get the shot, but will get the foul as Chris Dunn, arms extended. Whistled for the personal. So Booker to the charity stripe. Just one trip there tonight. The Suns 6 of 7. Clippers 7 of 12. And the Suns hot three-point shooting in the first half. Anytime they make 7 three-pointers in the first half of the game, you can head to an Arizona Carl's Jr. location tomorrow. Get a free single Western Bacon cheeseburger or single Famous Star with cheese with the purchase of a large-size fountain drink. Order ahead on the Carl's Jr. app using promo code 737.
And the Suns are able to distribute the ball a little bit, even though Booker had a nice shot and he forces the foul. But, you know, when they bring the ball up quickly, they get into their offense and the ball moves a little bit more within the offense.
Yeah, 18 assists for Phoenix, 9 for LA, just to underscore what you're saying there, Annie. Gets all 3. Suns with their biggest lead of the night. Zubac with a handoff now to Harden. Brooks stepping out on him. Harden trying to shake the defense of Brooks. Dunn jumps a pass out to Jones Jr. Slips into the lane.
Nice defense. Oh, I thought he went straight up.
Boy, sure looked like it. He brought those arms down just a touch.
Well, the attack by, I don't know.
Really close.
I mean, I thought when you go straight up, that's your space.
The only thing I saw there is maybe the leg made contact down below, and that's what they were looking at. But either way, for Williams, picks up the personal, his 3rd. 16 minutes tonight for Mark. Listed as questionable earlier today after shoot-around, dealing with an illness. It's kind of going through some of the teams, so everybody trying to be proactive and get ahead. But Jones Jr. misses the pair, and the Suns grab the rebound.
Booker with his 8th.
Booker gets a screen, sees an opening, and he'll hold up, pull it back outside. Allen. Booker just inside the stripe, won't get the bounce.
Well, we know the Clippers are going to go on a little run. This is the one guy you don't want to get going is Harden.
Williams stepping out on the perimeter. He's done a nice job of defending guards, and just as we saw him do to Stephon Curry the other night. Williams runs the floor and hammers it home. The big man.
Williams
sprint.
Great job running the floor.
Gets the payoff pass. Dillon, the villain, with the feed. Williams with a flush. 9:02 to go in the 3rd quarter as we check out the Honeywell StemStat. And these 3rd quarters of late, Annie, have had a massive impact.
You know, and the Suns have had a history where the 3rd quarters they've struggled coming out. But this is a good sign for Jordan Ott's team in those 3rd quarters. Just more focus, more intensity, bringing the energy, and not allowing your opponent to get into runs.
Well, it speaks to 2 things. The coaching staff recognizing the adjustments that need to be made, and the players buying into it and executing those adjustments. They went on that 34-8 run against this same Clippers team Thursday night to take a stranglehold in the game there. Coming out of the timeout. Suns with their biggest lead here is Beal. 17 minutes, just 1 of 5 in the field from the former Suns guard.
And he was questionable.
Beal lines up the three and able to rattle that one in. Suns had gone on a 28-9 run before that three ball from Beal, dating back to the only lead of the night as Williams couldn't quite hit the brakes, struggled that pivot foot just a little bit.
Yeah, and with Williams in this game right now, he's got to be a little bit more aggressive, and he was looking to pass right away. The lane was wide open for him to go a little bit deeper.
Just the 5th turnover for Phoenix. They've done a better job. Both these teams have had turnover issues throughout the course of the young season. LA, though, has done the same. Harden gets a pass out to Beal. And back-to-back triples now from Beal. Trying to find a little shooting rhythm from downtown. Does so with back-to-back threes. Wow, that is an absolutely delayed whistle. And it came just based on the fact that Derek Jones Jr. Yeah, just interesting that it's such a delayed whistle from our vantage point.
Well, the thing is, too, it came from the official down on the baseline where the official would have court let it go.
Here is Harden. We're trying to stay on top of that left hand. Doing a good job of shading him to the baseline. Harden backs off in traffic to Zubac, who's got another double-double, 13 and 10.
10-0 run.
And Phoenix will get a timeout. Just like that, Clippers make it a 10-point game.
Zubac so effective inside, and Harden starting to pass the ball. Well, Williams just running the floor so well, made a good defensive play, and I love this play by Dylan Brooks. Just that little hop right there slowed things down and allowed Williams to get in a position to get that reverse dunk.
Suns call the timeout, an 8-0 Clippers run. As Harden and Chris Dunn both trying to lock on to Dylan Brooks. LA trying to extend the defense, continue the momentum. Suns leading by as many as 18. Clippers had a brief lead of 1. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Booker gets a handoff, rising up over his former teammate. Can't get that home. 3 to go down. Harden with Williams extended the defense on him. Harden finds a slashing Derek Jones Jr. who floats across the paint and gets it in.
Well, it was a good switch by the Clippers. They run that pick and roll, and off that switch, he had Williams out top against Harden.
Best run of the night for LA. Booker cut off, kicks it out to Brooks. That 3-ball left short, put a whistle and a foul, and Harden picking it up. He's looking at the Clippers bench, waving a finger. Brooks heading to the line. 3 of 4 on the night, 8 points. I've been relying a lot coming into this one as we get a message from our friends at Auto Owners Insurance. Colin Gillespie will check in here for Grayson Allen. Colin big in that second quarter, 12 points. Grayson will take a seat.
Well, Brooks has only taken 3 shots in this game, but he's gotten his points at the free throw line.
Hits all 3. And much needed right there. Starts a little run from LA. Back in front by 11. Zubac trying to get it back door now to Beal. Beal checked defensively by Gillespie. Beal. Elbow pull up, no. Rebound Gillespie.
Gillespie did a nice job getting behind and just harassing Beal.
Booker sees an opening, drops it off inside to Williams. Williams able to let the traffic go by, gets the contact, gets it up, gets it in.
A great finish by Williams and another assist by Devin Booker. 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. But Williams, he does such a good job getting the defense up in the air. He didn't even leave the ground for that to go in.
Boy, you love it too, Andy. You can see right there, Chris Dunn went flying by. Big, strong hands from Williams. Able to convert.
Yeah, he's got real good hands. He's got that thumb taped on that left hand, though, and they're going to look at it. Another.
I think, yeah, try to. Zubac will be.
Yeah, there are 3 guys down there.
They take your pick foul. And Zubac says, why me? That's my 3rd. Could have put it on Chris Dunn. That would have also been his 3rd. Zubac's barking back at the officials. 2nd team all defense last year.
Another double-double tonight.
59 a season ago. The most last Clipper to have 50-plus double-doubles was Blake Griffin. Back to the days of Lob City. One check to the backcourt there by Booker. Lead back to 14 now. Gordon trying to shake free from the defense of Royce O'Neal. That ball deflected back into the hands of Beal. Beal puts it on the deck with a drive and a right-hand finish. And Beal showed a little spark here in the second half after he was listed as questionable to return. Booker on the drive. Dunn harassing him, and then Dunn just jumps on his back. It looks like
that's a good call. It's just
4th team foul on LA.
No, Booker loses the ball, and as soon as Dunn put an arm around him and grabbed him, Booker's like, thank you.
Cam Christie quickly racing to the scores table. He's going to check in for Bradley Beal. For a moment, it's going to be Dunn, but Beal will sit down. 21 minutes is his season high. He's right at 20 right now. Over gives it the dribble, feeds it up top. Williams, how about that little gem? Assist number 9, and Mark Williams, like a magician, just flips it up over his shoulder.
That'll be a TC top 5.
Christie up the screen, gives it up now to Harden. Harden again trying to get to that left hand. The Suns bring the double team, drop it off to Zubac. Zubac with a jump hook. Boy, he's become just so good with that shot.
Yeah, he really has. He gets so deep in the lane with his size, but Harden made a tough pass out of that double team.
7 of 8 for Zubac. Harden with 8 assists. Booker crisscrossing on Harden. O'Neal giving it right back. Royce on the cut, drops it off in traffic to Williams. Takes it behind the back, finds Gillespie. Sidestep 3 on the way from the corner. That one hits the top of the backboard. And that will be LA ball, shot clock violation.
Well, I have to take this moment, K-Ray, that I'd like to congratulate my daughter-in-law, Sam, and my son, Darren, with there's a lob pass. What a great shot by Williams. But they had a little boy last night at 11:46.
Nice.
Donald Drysdale and his big sister, Danny, at home. So congratulations to the Drysdale family.
Indeed, congratulations from the Suns family to yours.
Big boy, 9 pounds, 9 ounces.
Woo! Talk about eating good in the neighborhood. Whistle and a foul. Jones Jr. will be at the charity stripe. 5 points tonight for Jones Jr. He blistered the Suns with his 3-point shooting in that first meeting here, home opener. He's not made a 3 yet tonight. Suns Plus, it's a streaming home of the Phoenix Suns and Valley Suns. Watch all locally broadcast games, game day replays, original content, and more on all your favorite devices. Watch Suns Plus at home or on the go. Subscriptions start at $14.99 per month. Subscribe now at plus.suns.com.
Well, the Clippers made a little bit of a run when Collins and Lopez came in.
Lopez, of course, such a staple in the starting lineup. He only came up the bench in 41 of his 1,194 career games. So an adjustment for him now in year 18. Booker gets a handoff. Jones Jr. trying to stay in his hip pocket. And Booker just the crafty vet rising up, got the contact. And Book says, watch this.
Legendary play right here, creating the contact as he goes up. Jones is right there. You're going to look at it, but was that an offensive foul?
Now
Jones is moving on it.
Green light special courtesy of Ty Lue and the Clippers, apparently. Feeling perhaps that was an abnormal shooting motion.
Well, I thought he hit him with his chest.
I would say if you pull about 30 James Harden clips.
Rules on the floor is a defensive foul. LA's called timeout to challenge the play.
You could find very similar body movements. They give you a couple of different shots of it.
Well, good penetration, and as you see the reach right there, he's got his hand on his hip. I mean, Booker recognizing that the defense is right on him. You can't tell whether his elbow hits him in the face or his shoulder.
I mean, there's a foul right there as Booker's trying to get his arm off of him.
He's just going up for a shot.
It's a shooting motion, like the arm and elbow are coming up. There was no flailing of the body or the arm.
Well, in the old days, incidental contact. I mean, guys would, you know, defensively, when you stick your face right into an offensive player.
Well, I was just about to say, you're.
He leans in, arm comes all the way up, but the defense is, his face is right there. I mean,
that. You look at every shot for Booker, that is standard. Like,
I mean,
he's got the ball placed in his left hand, the elbow coming up, and that's the price of sticking your face in a shooter's shooting pocket.
Yeah, and I hope that Jones is okay, but that has become very much a part of.
Now this is a lengthy delay, which here's Pat Frayer, the crew chief, with the call.
Upon review, Booker initiates contact into Jones, who's in a legal guarding position. Therefore, this is going to be overturned to an offensive foul. The challenge is successful. Play will resume with LA ball on the sides.
I mean, Devin Booker must just.
You've got to be kidding me. And when you look at the guy in the shot there, James Harden, the number of times in the course of a single game that Harden does that, and you can read the lips of Devin Booker, that's bad, and I would completely back that up. Just mind-boggling how
well, Clipper fans are going to be happy. Suns fans not.
Second foul on Booker, so take the points off the board. And no three-point opportunity. 10-point game. Here is Harden outside, 11 points, 8 assists. Booker now switching out on Harden. Harden jumps a pass out to Collins. Collins rising up from three and able to knock it down.
Collins has been hot.
Had 13 points in the game the other night. His season high came in their loss to Oklahoma City, 17. As Booker's going to get hit with another offensive foul. Just, wow. And Jordan Ott says, I see your challenge and I raise you one. I mean, again, Booker's saying, what is going on? He'll take a look at it. Will step aside. 77-70. Suns in front. Play as we welcome you back here.
Well, he recognizes that Jones is hanging back there. He's beaten him. And Lopez drops back. And as he comes into the lane, you see Jones,
on review,
the timing.
Booker veers into the defender Jones and initiates contact with his left arm. Therefore, this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. Play's going to stand as an offensive foul. Play will resume with LA possession on the side.
Wow.
I think the hard part for a lot of Suns fans is that Harden does this all the time.
That's what I said. It's ironic that the Suns are playing the Clippers and James Harden half dozen times every game does the exact same move, and a move that usually rewards him with multiple free throws in the course of a game. But that's 2 wows in the span of a minute for Devin Booker, who all of a sudden now has picked up another personal foul.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the game, one of the keys is focus on 48 minutes, and great hustle right there. That's not a foul.
Booker grabbing the offensive rebound, has his shot blocked away, plenty of contact in there, no whistle.
Well, first of all, I would have called a travel on Harden when he got the ball in the first place.
Suns trying to play through it here. Jordan Goodwin on the drive. He will get a whistle as Brook Lopez puts him on the deck.
But when the ball is loose, I mean, Harden slides on the floor. Lopez not happy.
And Book is still heated over what will look like plenty of contact after he grabbed the loose ball. But right now it's about kind of settling down, getting your composure.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in this game.
Jordan Goodwin at the line. Hit 2 big threes in his 5-minute stretch back in the first half. He has been solid when called upon this season. It's 1 of 2 on that trip. Jones Jr. throws a shoulder, and they're saying that bigger flop. Cam Christie misfires on the 3. Wow. Again.
Oh, they're calling a flop. Isn't it a little late?
Yet the elbow and forearm is extended by Derek Jones Jr. I am absolutely mystified.
Unless he got up and said something.
And he's clearly trying to
play the way the game is being called.
Well, and communicate peacefully there with Pat Frere. A 7-point game, as close as the Clippers have been since back late in that second quarter. Suns need to settle in and get a good possession here. Booker swings it across to Gillespie. Gillespie being defended by Cam Christie coming off the Clippers bench. And a heads-up move there from Colin Gillespie as Christie overzealous with the defense, and Colin will get himself to the free throw line.
Well, one of the things Jordan Ott has talked about is, like, I want these guys to be aggressive. I want them to attack. I want them to look for their shots. Because when they're executing on the offensive end, they're going to get good looks. And a situation like that, you're also going to get to the free throw line.
"13 points on the night for Colin. Career-high 5-game stretch back last week. 64 points, 32 assists. It's 1 of 2. Loose ball rebound, done. Look what I found. Booker on the drive and kick. Gillespie from the corner. Sidestep three. Nope. Christie able to get on his shooting hand. Shot clock at 3. Booker to Goodwin. Gotta let it fly. Won't get it. Nick Richards fighting a loose ball rebound, and it's going to be LA ball.
I like the hustle play of Richards. The ball doesn't go to the Suns, but just staying active on the boards.
And done with the defensive assignment here on James Harden. Harden on the drive, tied up, feeds it to Collins.
Collins has been in the right place at the right time for the Clippers.
Another double-figure scoring night for John Collins from the corner. Jordan Goodwin can't connect. Richards had it, tapped into the hands of Ryan Dunn, who gives it a home.
A good heads-up play by Richards. Dunn right there to finish it off.
And again, it's not always the guy that gets the rebound, but Richards' activity kept the play alive. Suns extended the defense. We're closing on 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Cam Christie finds himself wide open and splashes home the 3.
It's going to come down to the defense in this fourth quarter for the Suns. As we said in that first half, only one three-pointer had been made by the Clippers.
Booker with Jones trying to stay tied to him defensively. With a handoff now to Goodwin. Deep 3 on the way from Jordan. That one hits hard off the iron, and it's going to be Suns basketball. So reset on the shot clock. 90 seconds left here in the quarter. And there you see the difference. It was the Suns who had the hot three-point shooting in the second quarter. LA is coming to life here in the third, 5 of 8.
And I think this is a good substitution with the 3 fouls that Devin Booker has coming out.
Clippers number 12 in three-point shooting. Suns 13th. Yeah, you don't want to see a cheap fourth foul being picked up by Booker. Well, you wouldn't mind his offense on this particular possession. But Gillespie and Grayson. And then lights out shooters from downtown. Gillespie on the drive. Sees an opening. Drops it off inside to Richards, who brings the boom.
How did he see him to drop that off?
Special delivery, courtesy of Kyle Gillespie.
That's right.
Dunn trying to jam up his namesake there, Chris Dunn. Here's Lopez. Backing down, draws a double team on the fade. Boy, as good as anybody in the league, doesn't matter what size, big man guard at using the glass.
Yeah, 4 for 4 from the floor.
On the drive, Dunn cutting baseline, a beautiful reverse.
Yeah, quick release.
He's trying to keep him at arm's length again here. Final 42 seconds of the quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Dunn working off the Lopez screen. Now gets a switch. Richards stepping out on him. On the drive. Able to get it up off the glass quickly.
Well, a three-point shooting in this third quarter has helped them get inside.
5-point game. Got a 7-second differential between shot and game clock. Gillespie out to Allen. Grayson sees an opening on the drive, tied up, and 1 on the shot clock. 1.8 to be exact.
Great penetration and just slips that pass inside to Richards. As Lopez jumped up, left Richards wide open.
And a quick substitution here with 1.8 as Devin Booker and Mark Williams will both check back in. Jordan Goodwin will trigger the inbound on the baseline with Brook Lopez defending. Lob to Williams. Just able to gather enough. Gillespie chasing it down. Final seconds. Got a fire. He does. Can't get it. Williams got a fingertip on it, but couldn't control. Frantic final seconds of the quarter. And we put 3 in the books here in Inglewood. The Suns in front of LA 85-80. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on Arizona's Family Sports. Quarter away from grabbing their first road win of this new campaign. You see the numbers. Leading scores for both clubs. Devin Booker, 18 points. Mark Williams, another solid outing. Beats Zubac, another double-double. John Collins coming off the bench for Ty Lue with 14, 6 of 7 from the field. In fact, Collins and Zubac, Andy, have combined to go 13 of 15 from the field. That in large part is why the Clippers are shooting 56% from the field.
Yeah, the two big guys inside, and we had also coming out at halftime, it's shown the third quarter's last two games for the Suns, and certainly this game they did not have it. And I think a lot of that too with those two offensive fouls on Devin Booker really kind of changed the flow of the game.
Gordon, 3-4 minutes to start this quarter. Allen wanted to shoot the three. Goodwin's got it. Back into the hands of Gillespie. Gillespie behind the back on Harden. He's backfires the three. No good. Chris Dunn comes flying across the lane with a rebound. Dunn accelerates up the floor. Here is Nicholas Batum. Collins backing down on Goodwin. The Suns bring the double team. Back to Harden. Out to Lopez. There's a spot that he is accustomed to, but can't connect on that. Suns with a man advantage. Collins late getting up. Grayson stops, fires, and splashing in the face of Batum. Big three-point hits.
Yeah, big time. Grayson Allen's been on the bench quite a bit this game, but what a big-time shot.
22 minutes, his second made three. He has cleared Grayson. Probably still has some lingering effects. Battling the bug that's going around as we get a whistle and a foul called down inside.
Allen just stops. Batum thought he was going to drive. And again, that's the advantage Grayson Allen has created in his game, that he is going to attack the basket.
Yeah.
But he's such a great three-point shooter.
His career high came back his rookie season in Utah. He scored 40. Harden lines up the long three, won't get it. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Nick Richards claims it for the Suns. Gillespie working on the 18-year vets. Feeding it up top to Richards. Somehow gets redirected to the hands of Gillespie. Gets it back to the ball fake. Collins back to Grayson. 6 on the shot clock. Grayson winding up, drives in traffic.
He can't get a call.
And he's hammered to the floor. And the Suns come away with a loose ball. Missed transition opportunity for LA. Gillespie sees it open, lines it up from deep. Goodwin with a rebound. Grayson kind of hesitated, lines it up, doesn't matter. Stinger in the face of Collins. As Grayson Allen looking back at Pat Frayer and saying, what do I need to do to get a whistle? I'll just take the 2 threes instead.
The hustle plays on the offensive glass by the Suns, giving them the big lead.
Suns will head home and take on the New Orleans Pelicans Monday. A rough start for Willie Green and his crew. They finally got a couple of wins though after that 0-6 start, but playing without Zion Williamson, and Suns fans know that pain. Hamstring injury. If you're joining us late, Jalen Green, who will rough it for 29 in his debut Thursday night, was limited to just not quite 7 minutes before he re-injured that same hamstring and has been in the Suns locker room ever since. Harden on the drive. Gillespie does a nice job of bodying up without drawing the foul and forces the Harden miss. 4 of 13 shooting tonight for Harden.
Gillespie with 6 rebounds.
Allen had Collins up in the air for a moment, thought about another 3. Gillespie on the drive, working on Dunn. Hangs inside, finds Richards, and Richards knocks down the little mid-range. And EJ and I talk about that so often. He's worked on that so much since coming here to Phoenix, and you love seeing him confident enough to fire it up.
Yeah, and it's a shot you need in your repertoire.
Yeah.
Gillespie doing a nice job getting inside and drawing the defense, and Collins has just been super for them off the bench.
He is historically, for whatever reason, the Suns logo, the uniforms, I'm not sure what, but at his season high last year while in Utah, 29. He's always played well against Phoenix. Gillespie working on the veteran Batum. 5 on a shot clock. Got to work quickly here. Allen turns the corner, sees an opening. Another rainbow connection from Grayson Allen.
Yeah, 3 for 3. It was 1 for 3 early in the game, and then just knocking down these 3. And it was a nice screen, too, by Richards.
Just cannot say enough about the three-point shooting of Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. So far this season, Collins, tough drive and finish. Collins, a new season high now. Goodwin season opening on the attack. Kicks it back out now to Gillespie. Hands it off to Allen. Won't get it. Rebound Zubac. Lead pass up ahead now to Batum. Batum scoops it past to Collins. Heat check. Won't get that one done with the rebound. Batum out there, 17 minutes, scoreless again. He has not had a 2-point field goal this entire season. But he shoots a high volume. Richards fighting for the rebound, but Zubac able to block him out. Rebound number 13 for Zubac. Dunn season opening. Richards over to help. Good help defense there. Dunn forces Collins up in the air. And last touch by Phoenix.
Well, here a little bit of a screen rub off the defense, and Zubac cannot get out there in time, and Grayson Allen just a lot of confidence. And I think you're right. I mean, he's probably still feeling a little bit of the sickness that affects, and he's back on the bench.
Devin Booker, Mark Williams back out there along with Royce O'Neal. Harden trying to sneak baseline, feeding Zubac. Comes in with that little jump hook. Zubac in his 10th season. Boy, a guy who outside of a dunk his first 3 years couldn't shoot anything. He has completely refined his offensive game. Gillespie running the offense, getting it to Harden, finds Dunn, driving, dropping it off to Williams, and Williams fouled there by Dunn. Active shooting, so free throws coming in here for the Suns big man with Phoenix in front, 96-87.
Yeah, good ball movement by the Suns, and once that ball went into the corner to Ryan Dunn, he attacked on that baseline, made the defense commit, and makes a nice shovel pass to Williams.
Points, give it 16 now for Williams. Last 6 games coming into tonight, 15 points, 10.5 rebounds, Annie. Not quite a full block per game, but shooting 60% from the field, 27 minutes a game. And that's the other thing we're seeing here with this Suns depth as he makes the pair is nobody's getting extended into big minutes because Jordan Ott and his staff are going so deep into their bench.
Yeah, I mean, Devin Booker's got 30 minutes in this game right now, but you look to see like Dunn and Brooks into the game now, but they've only played like 20, 21 minutes.
Zubac pinned on the baseline, off to Batum, and Batum finally able to break the seal of his scoreless drought.
They are now 8 of 27 from threes.
Well, the Suns in the last 7 games as Williams spins inside, cut off by Zubac. Coming into tonight, and that pass in heavy traffic.
Yeah, Harden knocked that away as Booker went by him.
But the Suns came in here over the last 7 meetings, 46 more made threes than the Clippers. They were 19 of 49 in the game on Thursday night. Booker raising up and came down too soon. Nowhere to go as Dunn was able to quickly get on that shooting hand.
Well, it's a dead ball turnover, so that's a plus. But you know, the fact that Booker could not get the shot off is a plus for LA.
Batum, flat-footed shot. And he's a guy that can find a rhythm pretty quickly based on his Olympic experience and Eurobasket experience. And that three makes it a 5-point game with 5:48 to go.
Batum off the bench, clutch with 2 threes for the LA Clippers.
Right, Carmex.
Devin Booker with the great pass and the look inside as Mark Williams, hand up, calling for it as Zubac went way too far away, leaving Williams open. And Williams only taking the 8 shots. He's 6 of 8 from the floor, 17 points. You'd like to see him get the ball a little bit more, but he's doing a good job setting some screens.
Booker on triple-double watch. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He's been kind of stuck on the 9 rebounds, 9 assists for a minute. Plenty of time left to do that. Has never had a triple-double in a regular season. His only career triple-double came against these Clippers in the 21 Western Conference Finals. Got to get it across the midcourt stripe there, Dylan, and just does so. Kind of outside, Batum just draped all over Grayson Allen, pushing him on the other side of the midcourt stripe.
Well, how does he think he got on the other side?
All right. Reached all the way across there and seemed perplexed by the foul call.
I think offensively, though, too, on that possession by the Suns, they picked up the ball a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
Crossing half court. 13
fouls, Suns with 1. Phoenix could help their cause. Continue to be aggressive here. Here's Brooks, quick trigger on the 3, and
you know, I think he's saying boom. Like, bring the boom.
Brought it there, his second made 3, back after a 6-game absence with that groin injury. Suns bring the double quickly out of the hands of Zubac, and another 3-point hit from Batum, and that's the guy you look at his entire career, Andy, flat-footed 3-point shooter. But when he starts with 1, he can get into a rhythm quickly. He's all of a sudden had 3 in the last 3 minutes after going scoreless last game and much of this game. O'Neal tries to answer, and he does. Rolls Royce.
He was pretty quiet for a while, but big-time shot.
Suns 15 of 36. Foul called on Dillon Brooks.
Dillon Brooks just not shying away from it as Collins on him, and he's looking for a shot. Remember, he hasn't taken that many.
Zubac facing up on Williams. Sneaks a pass inside to Dunn. The Suns were late in bringing the double team, and that's the other part of Zubac's game. Become such a better passer over the last few years.
But that's the defensive communication on the rotation. You saw Booker go up, try and help out. Williams hitting that shot off. What a tough shot, no foul call, but the rotation didn't happen on the backside for the Suns on the other end, and they're going to call a technical. It's a delay of game.
Apparently a second delay of game.
Well, Williams 7 of 9 from the floor. He's got the 19 points, but what a tough shot he had.
And you could get the delay of game, as Williams is saying, I got hit in the head. Suns have had a hard time getting a whistle here in some pretty, what seems obvious situations, as Harden connects on the technical.
Nice dish by.
You see, there's a contact on the head.
But also the body. I mean, Zubac is hitting him with the body.
106-99. Dillon being checked defensively by Booker. We're right back to that same play. Zubac spinning, hammering. Was not going to wait for the Suns double team that time. Zubac, 19 and 13.
Well, the Clippers are picking up high as soon as the Suns cross half court.
Booker gets a screen from O'Neal. Now the switch with Harden stepping out on him. Under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. O'Neal wide open, left wing three on the way. No. Williams fighting for it. It's Zubac who clears. 5-point game. 106-101. Phoenix in front. Clippers have only led once. That was way back in the second quarter at 43-42. Zubac inside. Powers up with a jump hook. Left it short. Back tap. Reset. No, didn't hit the iron. Stolen away by O'Neal. Up the floor now to Brooks. Brooks races. Blocked away by Batum. And Batum showing off his defensive chops there. I think Dillon a little surprised that Batum chased.
And a big play like that has brought the fans into it too.
Batum with the block. It's Suns ball for the moment.
He does get hit on the arm. But it's a great hustle play by Batum.
We're going to keep it here as Ty Lue is looking at the scoreboard. For the moment, there is no challenge. Keep in mind, LA does have their one challenge remaining. The Suns, unfortunately, do not. Phoenix with 2 timeouts, LA with 1.
But we know when earlier in this game, when the Suns are playing defense, they pick up the intensity, their offense is going to come. The last possession before that steal, they opened up the middle for the drive down the lane. But when they are moving, when they're cutting, and they get good ball movement, they're going to get better open looks.
Here's what is ahead for your Phoenix Suns. Pelicans at home on Monday and their first trip to Dallas on Wednesday. You see Cooper Flagg, #1 overall pick of the Mavericks. They got a win tonight against Washington. And back home against the Pacers. Back 2 home games. It's Atlanta and then at Portland.
And that quick trip to Dallas, in and out.
And a back-to-back there. So right now, Suns focused on the last 3:02 here, leading by 5. That's as close as the Clippers have been in quite some time. Booker trying to break free, gets the inbound pass, gets done on him, gets the shot up, gets the finish, and the foul. I think Book was saying, you're not going to call a foul on me on that one.
No, he's been quiet lately after those fouls, and Dunn kind of puts his hands out there a little bit into the hip. There's the hands right there. He comes down.
It's the free throw. 21 now for Booker. Suns picking up a little tilted footwork pressure as Brooks staying in front of Harden. They put it into the hands of Dunn. Back to an 8-point game here. Phoenix in front. This is the play they've been running with Zubac off that wing. Swings it out now to Harden. Suns, a little quasi-zone. Zubac spinning on the baseline. Passing heavy traffic. Collins has got it. Somehow jumps it up. The Suns forced the miss. Just swarming defense there on the baseline.
Yeah, just really physical kind of blocking. Zubac's out.
O'Neal with a screen. Catching. Pass inside to Williams. Williams trying to save it.
Great pass.
Wow. Just.
And O'Neal had the great ball fake, which created it.
Harden thought about the quick 3. Trying to get on that shooter's hand of Batum and Harden. Those are the 2 guys right now, along with Collins, who is positioned in the corner. And now we're going to get another foul called here on Booker. That's going to be number 4 on Book.
Say they wrapped his arm around him.
3rd team foul. Same story for LA with 2:13 to go. 109-101. Phoenix in front, trying to grab their first road win of the season. Zubac's way outside. Now gets it into the hands of Harden. Gets the screen. Deep 3 coming from Harden. Won't get that one. Williams snares the rebound. Booker waving Williams off. He'll wait and get the screen from Brooks. Now the switch with Harden stepping out on him. Clearly trying to isolate Harden for defensive purposes. Brooks swings it. O'Neal squares, fires. Boom! A delayed boom from the corner from Royce O'Neal. That one took a couple of spins. Brooks tied up Harden, just did get rid of it. Allen with a steal. But the Clippers, wow, somehow managed to get a timeout despite Harden being tied up over there.
That was a great steal, too, by Grayson Allen, but good ball movement, as you said. Boy, this took the right spin for the Suns. And Royce O'Neal.
High step and Rolls Royce. And Royce coming off the bench tonight after starting, but has not affected his scoring. 4 of 8 in his 27 minutes. He's got 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And I mean, he is, as I said, checked every box, both ends of the floor this season, year number 9, averaging career highs at 12. And apparently late moving on a nearby theater, perhaps, that everybody's trying to get to.
The other guy's not happy. Come on, I want to stay till the end.
So LA traffic, they don't want to get home at 1 a.m.
On a Saturday?
I'm just trying to help him out, Al.
Okay.
.93 seconds left in this one. Suns looking for road win number 1 and looking to pull to 500 on the season. Great stat from our stat man here tonight, EJ, who just passed me the note. Suns were 0 of 6 from 3 in that third quarter. They are 6 of 10 here in money time. Batum catch and shoot from the corner. No. And somehow tapped up as Booker was there with Zubac, but Zubac will be credited with the bucket. 21 points, 14 rebounds for Zubac. Allen out of the backcourt with Batum chasing. Back into the hands now of Booker. Dunn extends the defense. Now they get the switch. Harden stepping out. 8 on the shot clock. Booker driving, sees an opening. Slips inside. Kicks it out now to Allen. Stolen away by Dunn. Lead pass up the floor. And Dillon Brooks will track it down. Under a minute to go here in the fourth. Suns leading by 9. Brooks glides down the paint right at Zubac, who didn't challenge. And the Suns 47 seconds away from sealing this one down for road win number 1. Batum, quick pull, rebound Booker, and that should do it.
And Booker with a double-double. Needs 1 more assist. But a big win to come back against this Clipper team with had some pretty good runs.
Book able to cross him up, slides inside. Kicks it out now to Allen. Can't control it. And it'll be a shot clock violation.
Well, Devin Booker had the drive to the basket and then looked like he was trying to get that assist.
he was trying to feed his guy Grayson Allen. He was 4 of 7 from downtown.
You know, the bench was really productive too in this game for the Suns.
42 points for the Suns bench, 44. Most of those coming from John Collins at 19. Collins trying to dribble some time off. He'll take the pull up in the paint, won't get it. Mark Williams says, I'll add another rebound to my totals. And what a victory here tonight for Phoenix. They came out, set the tone early, trailed briefly for all of about 25 seconds. And they will nail down a 114-103 win to move to 500 on the season and pick up their first road win. Their Suns head coach Jordan Ott, while the Clippers will fall to 3-6. And another loss, their third here on their home floor. We'll check in with Amanda here in a moment, try to catch up with Mark Williams. And well, you just can't say enough about the Suns' new big man. 19.6 rebounds. Let's send you down to the floor.
Mark, Suns' first road win of the season. What did this one take?
A lot of fight, staying consistent throughout the game. You know, they tried to fight at the end, but, you know, we stayed solid.
What did it mean to...
Hey, next time catch the ball, though, when I pass to you, I left money on the table.
You guys could talk about that a little bit later.
That's me. I normally catch that.
But getting Dylan Brooks back, what did he bring this team, and just that competitive nature that you guys have talked about feeding off of?
Yeah, that fight, that toughness. Obviously, you know, he's talking, getting himself going, getting us going, really. So he brings a lot of life to our team. It was great to have him back.
Another guy that got you going in really the bench for this Suns team, but Colin Gillespie, how much of a lift did he provide out there?
A lot. You know, he's super tough, makes a lot of big shots, does everything you want out of a guard, you know. So shout out CG.
Mark, thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you, big fella. Thank you, Amanda. And the Suns shoot 16 of 38 from downtown. And Devin Booker will have to wait yet again for his first regular season career triple-double, 21, 10, and 9. Great performance all the way around. Next broadcast on Arizona's Family is Monday. Suns return to Phoenix to face the New Orleans Pelicans. Suns game time gets things started at 6:30 p.m. 114-103 again, the finals. David